As the movie begins, we see the protagonist, Evelyn Wang, who lives in the US with her husband Waymond and their daughter Joy. Many years ago, they fell in love in China, but with her father's objections, Evelyn decided to elope with Waymond to America. 2 decades later, she now runs a laundromat with him, and it is not doing so well lately. With the IRS auditing the laundromat, there are chances that it might get closed. Evelyn is not too happy with how life has unfolded for her. Her relationship with Joy is strained since she does not approve of her being in a lesbian relationship. In the start, we see Joy trying to convince her mom to invite Becky, her non-Chinese girlfriend, to the Chinese New Year party, but Evelyn is simply not having it. She is so awkward about it that she hasn't even told her ever-demanding father, Gong, who is visiting her for the New Year party. Disappointed, Joy drives away with Becky, while Evelyn struggles with customers. To make matters worse, Waymond is planning to present her with divorce papers to end their loveless marriage. In the next scene, Evelyn, Waymond, and Gong go to the IRS office to turn in the papers related to their laundromat. When the three get on the elevator, suddenly Waymond gets hit by an invisible force, and it seems like he has changed into an entirely different person. He covers the security camera with an umbrella and gives Evelyn a headset to wear. She is perplexed at his jumpy behavior, but he warns her that her life is in danger, and she needs to act fast since the original Waymond will return to his body within some seconds. He thrusts a set of notes into her hand, asking her to follow the instructions on it when he is gone. Then he checks the headphones, which start working and show a panel on Waymond's phone. Just then, a weird thing happens, and Evelyn has a flashback of her entire life until this point. Her birth, how she grew up, fell in love with Waymond, left China, had her daughter Joy, how they opened a laundromat here, and how she has a strained relation with Joy now. Shortly after, Waymond returns to his usual self, which leaves Evelyn shocked and super confused. Anyway, they get to their auditor, Inspector Deirdre Beauberdre, for their final meeting. After going through their file of income and expenditure, the audit inspector is not too happy with the purchases made under the company's name. Though their business is in danger, Evelyn cannot help but think about what happened in the elevator and isn't paying much attention to the auditor. Secretly, she goes through the note the other Waymond gave to her, and it instructs her to imagine herself in the janitor's closet after switching her shoes on the wrong feet. When she does it, everything around her changes, and she creates another version of herself in the closet, where she sees the other Waymond. Evelyn is shocked to be in 2 places at the same time, but just as she is about to scream, the Alpha Waymond stops her and explains the reality. As it happens, the world as they know it is actually a multiverse, with millions of Earths and millions of universes. Every human has a version in each universe, which means he can be a lawyer in one and a musician in the other. Alpha Waymond further explains that these parallel universes exist because each life decision creates a new alternative universe. Also, this version of Waymond is from the Alphaverse, which is the most technologically advanced universe. While Evelyn is skeptical about trusting Alpha Waymond, suddenly, Deirdre from another universe shows up and kills Waymond, and after that, she aims for Evelyn. This jolts Evelyn back to her original self, and Deirdre asks them for the final report before 6 p.m. Evelyn is trying to get the hang of what just happened, and as they are leaving, she feels like Deirdre is about to attack her, so she punches her hard. Deirdre calls the security, so Alpha Waymond reappears, takes control of Earth Waymond's body, and fights all the guards. When he hides in a spot with Evelyn, he explains that in Alphaverse, the late Evelyn was a scientist, and she had invented verse-jumping technology, allowing people to let their consciousness travel to another universe. This way, they could access the memories, skills, and bodies of their parallel selves. This process is exactly how the Alpha Waymond transfers his consciousness into the mind of Waymond on this planet. Next, he tells the real reason why he has come to visit her. It turns out that the entire multiverse is at risk because Jobu Tupaki, Joy's Alpha version, has gone rogue. Once the best jumper in the entire Alpha universe, Alpha Joy's brain snapped when Alpha Evelyn pushed her to verse jump beyond her endurance. Now, Alpha Joy, also called Jobu, can exist simultaneously in every universe. After attaining knowledge of about 1 trillion versions of herself, she believes that nothing matters and has created a black hole called the Everything Bagel Black Hole, so everything can cease to exist once the multiverse is absorbed by the black hole. Since Evelyn is the only one who can stop her, Jobu is killing all the versions of Evelyn across each universe. Also, the other Evelyns are successful in life and career, unlike this sad Evelyn, so Alpha Waymond believes she is the only one who can stop Jobu. Since Jobu's minions keep killing Evelyn's parallel versions, she must learn self-defense. Just then, Deirdre attacks them, as her Alpha version takes over her body. With no time to lose, Evelyn tries to jump into a universe where she is a martial arts expert, but instead ends up in the future, where she and Waymond are discussing their divorce. force. Startled, she tries again, and this time she gets it right. In this universe, young Evelyn broke it off with young Waymond and stayed in China, eventually becoming a highly skilled martial arts fighter and a great actress. When she jumps back to her home universe, she is marveling at how one decision altered her entire life course. Just then, Deirdre pounces on her, but having accessed the other Evelyn's martial arts prowess, she easily blocks the attack and subdues Deirdre. Since Evil Joy is on her way to this universe, Alpha Waymond offers Evelyn some food and slaps her back to reality when she is busy having visions of her success as an actor. Shortly after, Alpha Waymond loses connection and returns to Alphaverse, leaving Evelyn all by herself briefly. In the next scene, Evelyn comes across Jobu, who uses her powers to turn one policeman into confetti while using her salsa moves and adult toys to subdue the other. As she makes her way toward Evelyn, the latter jumps to another universe, but it goes wrong again, as she ends up in a universe where people have hot dogs for fingers and she is in a relationship with Deirdre. This buys time for Evil Joy to attack her mother, but Alpha Gong Gong saves Evelyn and asks her to kill Joy to prevent Jobu from coming into her body. Evelyn refuses to do so, and shortly after, the Alphas disappear. Evelyn tries to explain everything to her family in this universe. However, Joy and Waymond laugh at her. On the other hand, Evil Joy overpowers other humans so they can attack Evelyn and her family. Hence, Evelyn jumps repeatedly through different universes to acquire the skills of her versions, increasing her power. While this exhausts her, she is surprised to see her other versions as an actor, a singer, a blind woman, a cook, and a street artist for a pizza company, etc. Using her skills, Evelyn defeats all of Jubo's men easily. However, the fighting drains her, so Alpha Waymond returns to hold her. Just then, Evil Joy goes to Alpha Universe and kills Alpha Waymond, who dies in Evelyn's arms, leaving the original Waymond behind. Shortly after, Evil Joy shows up and mocks Evelyn for her weakened state. Evelyn musters up all her strength but is unable to jump to another universe and plummets to the ground, where Joy leaves her to perish and walks away. In the next scene, Evelyn wakes up as an actress watching her new film's premiere. Then she jumps to a chef, a singer, and so on. This mental load overwhelms her, and she ends up in the future after the IRS meeting, while they are preparing for the Chinese New Year party. Evelyn runs to Joy, but soon realizes it is not her real daughter, but the Evil Joy. They fight each other in other realms, including the ones where they are both piñatas and even rocks where they communicate via telepathy. The excessive verse jumping causes Evelyn's brain to splinter due to overload, and she collapses, just like Joy once did. Having met all her other personalities, Evelyn finds herself miserable in each universe and decides that there is nothing in the multiverse for her. This makes Evelyn cruel in other universes, as she is always unhappy. Seeing this, she understands Jobu's point of view of ending the multiverse. Just as she is about to enter the everything bagel black hole with Jobu, Evelyn hears Waymond's plea to be nice without expectation and to stop fighting. With that, Evelyn has an epiphany, and she decides to use her powers to do good in the world since life is worth living. This helps her repair the damage in other universes, while she neutralizes Alpha Gong Gong's soldiers and Jobu's minions out to get her. Back in her home universe, Evelyn wholeheartedly accepts Becky and her relationship with Joy, and even announces it to Gong Gong, while on the other hand, Waymond convinces Deirdre to allow them to redo their taxes. Despite it all, Jobu decides to enter the bagel, while simultaneously, Joy begs Evelyn to let her go. Evelyn expresses her love for Joy, telling her that she has the power to be anywhere right now, but all she wants is to be near her daughter. The two embrace, and then Evelyn and the others rush to save Jobu from the bagel. Seeing that there is always something out there worth living for, Jobu accepts life, and with her parents' help, she is able to escape the bagel. The next week, we see that the family now shares love and respect for each other. In the end, they head to the IRS building to submit their final draft, and Deirdre accepts it, asking them to refile their taxes since the big words scared them off earlier. While Deirdre is talking to them, Evelyn thinks about her other versions, but then she looks around at her family, finally content with everything she has. With that, the movie ends. Thanks for watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Welcome, sci-fi fans. Futurist Flicks is thrilled to launch our exclusive membership program, designed for loyal fans like you. By joining, you'll unlock early access to recap videos, unseen recap videos, raffle prizes, free merch giveaways, exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insights, access to community events, live streams, and Q&A sessions. Join the Cosmic Crew today and get instant access to exclusive perks. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more intergalactic adventures.